Real talk, man. Real talk. 15 years armed robbery. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm a thug, man. I'm a gangster, man. You see how my pants sag. You know you like how my boxes look, man. I'm a thug, man. I'm a gangster. I do it just like they do it on 106 in Park. I ain't get no 9 to 5, man. I ain't get no 9 to 5. I'm a gangster. I'm a thug. I hustle. I'm about to go pull a caper, man. That's how I pay with my funds. That's lame. Who thug don't work no 9 to 5, man? I ain't get this gap for nothing. I'm a thug. I'm about to go rob you somebody, man. Get some money. Talking about a 9 to 5. My girl pregnant right now. She about to drop our kid in about 2 weeks. I'm about to go get some money. About to go pull this robbery, man. Y'all with me? Oh, y'all ain't with me? Y'all lame, man. Y'all lame. That's why y'all gonna be broke. I'm gonna be flashing cash. Iced out. Grills in the front. While y'all somewhere looking stupid. And y'all rolling with me or what? What? 2 hours later. 2 teenage girls go up into my boy's store, trying to get him to come all the way to the end of the store. Talking about they wanted to see the fake hair. And he wouldn't go back there. He was like, just tell me, which model number, and I'll tell you if I got more or not. But, so he never went back there. Then the other guys came in the store. One had the gun. I don't think the other 3 was armed at all, I don't think. But, so they made him get down, of course. And, thankfully he didn't, pull the trigger or whatever. But he did get $10 out the register, a pair of sneakers, and I think he said some hats. But little did they know, it was another section of the store where the guy heard all this, and so he called the police while they were still in the act of committing the robbery. And by the time they got to the end of the parking lot, the police was there. Yes. And I know a lot of y'all hate the police. This is why we need the police. And for those of you saying that they might have had to do what they needed to do, no, you just, well, whatever. This guy got 15 years for robbing my boy, armed robbery, and he got $10 out of the deal. I don't know if they recovered $10 or not. I know that's all he took. Of course, the sneakers got returned. I don't know what the word was on the hats, but all of them got caught. He got 15 years, and I don't know what the other guys got. But here's the deal, man. See, a lot of y'all teens, a lot of y'all are smarter than that. A lot of y'all realize that this is a destructive path. It basically leads to a dead end. A lot of those guys are influenced by what they hear in the music. This stuff is portrayed as cool, man. You got several things in play. People are self-centered, they seeking material gain, and they think robbing is cool anyway, because you hear the guys bragging about that in the music. You know what I mean? And so, this is something that happens all across America every day by teens. But a lot of y'all are smart enough to realize that these guys that's saying all this stuff and putting these thoughts in your mind, you realize that that's foolishness, But sometimes you might have your buddy, or not even your buddy, but some people that thinks this way and carries out some of these activities or similar activities that are just as foolish. And sometimes you say, well, it's none of my business, or I don't have nothing to do with it. And at first glance, I guess you're right. In a way, it's not. But when you really look at it, you don't know if it is or not. Because you don't know who is going to be the victims of the things that they do. So, an example of the armed robbery, that could have been your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your brother, your sister. You know what I mean? That could have been one of your close friends that got robbed. It didn't necessarily have to be a store owner. It could have been walking down the street and got robbed. So when you hear people, especially if they're talking to you about doing such types of things, I encourage you to point out to them that doing these things may not be in their best interest, you know. And like I said, often they don't think it through because it's portrayed as being cool, being hip, being no big deal even. I mean, as much as it's spoke of in a basically positive way in the music, they may be doing these things and see it as no big deal because basically nothing bad has happened to them as of yet. And they don't expect anything to go wrong. You know, they might have seen the news or whatever where things go wrong, but of course the first thought that crossed their mind is it ain't gonna happen to me, you know. But you know, I encourage you to point out to them that it's unpredictable what may happen, you know, and they can't control what may happen, and they don't know what the person is capable of. They plan on robbing, and they don't know what the situation is surrounding the person that they're robbing. You know, things are not always as it seems. Like this guy, he had they didn't know that there was other people that occupied a certain part of the store. You see what I'm saying? So I encourage you, man, you know, don't be so quick to say I don't have nothing to do with that. I encourage you to see if you can find a way to say something to your peers about what it is that they're doing and how it may ruin their life, you know, or take away years from their life. Or, like I said, somebody may even get hurt or killed. This could be the beginning of you making changes in other people's lives, you know. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you may learn that you caused that person to think in a different way. You know, you might have pointed out something that they didn't realize. You might have gave them a new way of thinking and doing things, you know. And that will definitely be something that you can be proud of. And that is something that all of us can do, you know. A lot of times we feel we're not qualified to be the person that offers that type of advice. But we all are. We all are. And so, if you find yourself in a position to offer advice that may help to improve someone else's life, I encourage you to speak up. You know? And that's that, baby. And sometimes, all a person can do is what a person knows. So if I come up in an environment in which these are the things that people did all their lives, and so this is what I saw as being normal, then I'm inclined to do these things myself. Or I may have came up in a totally different environment, but this is what I see as being cool because this is what my peers see as being cool. This is what the girls like. The girls want to thug. The girls want a gangster. My favorite artists do things this way. The girls love him. This is the way I'm going to do it. This is who I'm going to be. Forget about the rest. You got those too. In either case, you know, in either case, being a person who is able to see that big picture and realize that it is a path to destruction, I encourage you to be the person to speak to your friends, to try and enlighten them that they are likely to find themselves in a situation they don't want to be in. You know, that there is another way of moving forward. You know, see if you can encourage them to make better decisions and think about the potential of their future. See if you can make them realize that they do have potential and that they can have a future, you know. And that is something that you can, and that is something that all of us can do, you know. A lot of times we feel we're not qualified to be the person that offers that type of advice, but we all are. We all are. Speak truth to the youth. Don't let them die in the street. Help them to understand and to be unique. Don't follow behind what you hear on the radio. Let me make it clear, that's not the way to go. Really, that's the way to go. That's not the way to grow.